and I'm looking at the information from the guy from the other group, and it says something AI, like AI idol. And I was like, say what? Say what now?
I'm Leilani.
And I'm Cassie.
And we're just two middle-aged fangirls who love geeking out about our favorite things.
K-pop and K-pop adjacent entertainment.
Join us monthly for discussions, activities, and games.
We're rating this show PG-13-ish.
It's usually pretty innocent, but you may occasionally hear some foul language and mature topics discussed.
If this all sounds good to you, then grab your light stick and come along with us, because we're K-popping around town.
Sawadi!
Sawadi!
Hello and welcome, everybody.
Welcome to Rookie Week.
As a reminder, we are trying to start every episode saying hello in a different language. This week was our very hard worked and hard practice attempt at saying hello in Thai.
Yes, that was fun.
Yes.
So we are really excited about today's episode. We just did a really fun project Rookie Week and got some fun feedback. So we're going to reflect on that. But we'll start with reading a couple of comments from previous episodes. I've just picked one comment from each of the last 3 episodes because we haven't read these in a while. So episodes 5 and 6, we talked about parasocial relationships, which included our K-pop husbands. And Morgan left a comment saying, "Sorry, Cassie, Namjoon is my K-pop husband, actually." Well, Morgan, I have gone through the process of very carefully choosing my BTS husband twice. So you're going to have to share because I don't have time to do all that again. So we're sharing.
I agree with that, Morgan, because if she has to go back on that, then she might come after my husband, Jin, it's not good. We already have so much we talk about in couples counseling. We don't need to add another thing.
We've come such a long way from that. Can't go back.
We have.
All right. In episode 7, our bonus episode, we talked about things that our K-pop idols can do that we love them for it, but people in our real life cannot do. We will not tolerate it. And I talked about Jimin eating with food sticking out of his mouth. And I shared a video of that on Instagram and got a lot of reactions. That was really fun. And my favorite is from Flower Girl 365, who says, "All I see is an angel eating rainbows and sunshine." And yes, Flower Girl 365. If Leilani and I are at lunch and she was eating that way, I might get up and walk away. But when Jimin does it, it's just an angel eating rainbows and sunshine.
You guys both drank the Kool-Aid, huh?
Yeah. And our last episode, episode 8, was super, super fun. Check it out if you haven't already. We had the host of Bias Bites join us for a K-pop game night. And Christy responded that she played along to the game Fighting and said yes to pretty much all the statements except the tattoo one. So if you don't know what she's talking about, listen to the episode and let us know your feedback. Great. So on to our main topic. So hopefully this will become a yearly tradition. We chose several rookie groups. So groups that have debuted in the last year. So I looked at lists of artists that debuted from July 2025 through June 2026. And we made some playlists and invited people to listen to the playlists with us and share their favorite songs. And this was really, really fun to get to know some new groups. And we want to give a special thanks to 2 people who went above and beyond in participating. Brandon and Christy gave us feedback every single day. So thank you very much, Brandon and Christy. That was really fun to read your comments.
It really meant a lot to us. And stay tuned to the end of the episode where we'll be doing a drawing. As we said when we launched Rookie Week, everyone that entered a comment on our Instagram post will be entered into a drawing to win a freebie. So that'll be really exciting. Make sure you listen till the end to hear who won. See if you're a winner or not. And I know Cassie's got a lot to say. I just want to call her out here, how much work she put into this. She keeps saying we, and I'm over here with like quotation marks because I had very little to do with the process. She really did a lot of work and has a lot of passion for this. So I'm just super proud of her. This turned into a very fun exercise, and I did get to learn a lot about some new groups. So kudos to major snaps and kudos to Cassie for all the hard work she put on this.
Thank you, Leilani. It was super fun. And it definitely did lead to a little adventure, interesting twists of events. Um, so we were discovering the groups right along with you. I did do, as Leilani just mentioned, quite a bit of work leading up to the week to choose the groups and choose the playlists. However, I very intentionally chose groups that I hadn't already heard of. So, because I figure if they're new to me, they're going to be new to other people too. And there is one group that was our Thursday feature, chosen in part because they had a lot of songs for a rookie group, and I thought they were really fun. I really liked them. We get to Wednesday night, and there are a few, I'm going to walk through. I'll try to make it brief, but I'm going to kind of walk through the story a little bit. Leilani made the Instagram graphics, and she sent me a graphic. And so the name, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I've been saying Zenith, all caps, ZE:NITH. And she makes the graphic, and there's no colon. And I'm like, ugh, I'm just going to let it slide. And I do like a Google search, and I realized there are it goes both ways. Sometimes there's a colon, sometimes not. Okay, we're just going to leave it. It's late. So then maybe an hour or so later, it's 10:30. I am just, scrolling Instagram as you do when you should be going to bed. And I see this account. It's Zenith. And it's these two boys in bed. And I'm like, oh, they're cute. And I'm scrolling through, and they're all kind of cuddly. And then there's this picture of them kissing. And I was like,
what?
Oh my God. My first thought is Leilani's going to be so happy.
Oh my gosh.
Our resident
story.
Our resident BL enthusiast. But then I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is not something you see on a K-pop idol account. What is this? And so I'm reading it, and it's basically coming out, as here's my relationship, and it's with a man, and the optimistic part of my heart is this is amazing, what progress overnight. But the logical part of my brain is something is just not adding up here. This is not what we see in K-pop. So then I'm looking at the other profile, and it was one member from our group, Zenith, and then one member from some other group. And I'm looking at the information from the guy from the other group, and it says something AI, AI idol. And I was like, say what? Say what now? And then I go back to, the profile for Zenith. And again, I see that something, but it didn't, AI was in the title, but it was kind of confusing. I should have pulled it up for the story. And I was so confused. These pictures look so real. And I just had to start doing some digging and some Googling, and saw, yep, there it is. Zenith is an AI virtual group. But here's the catch. There's another group, Zenith, ZENITH, without the colon. Those are real human people. So when I was doing the research and gathering everything, I had found both groups. So I had a whole list with the K profiles for all the artists. And on that list, I had Zenith, the real people. But on the Spotify playlist, I had the AI group. And we were just using them interchangeably all week. So on the graphic that you made, it was the playlist of all the AI group because I sent you that. But then you had found a picture of the real people group. And in the Instagram reels I made, it was all the like an AI music video. And I'm like reflecting on all this stuff. And along the way, there were stuff that was kind of like weird. Like I did think it was strange how much music they had for a rookie group because they had like 4 full albums. But I didn't think too much of it because it's K-pop. Like, what is
Right.
K-pop known for if not creating massive amounts of music? And some groups do a lot of work pre-debut. So I'm like, well, maybe they made like 2 full albums before they debuted. And when I watched a couple of their music videos when I was making the reels, I did think that they looked, something about the videos looked a little fake, but I thought it was just very heavily edited. Like whatever the video version of Photoshop is, I thought that they just edited that way to make them look extra beautiful and to give kind of a fantasy feel to the video.
Wow.
They look so real. I mean, obviously, if I didn't know, I wouldn't know because I didn't know.
Right.
And there were, when I was finding groups, I ran across a lot of what they're calling virtual groups, but most of them look like cartoons.
Okay.
So it's obvious. And we have chosen very intentionally to support human artists. We've never even had a conversation about the actual music. Like we only talked about it when we were doing our cover art. But so I was like, well, I'm not, you know, if people want to listen to virtual groups, like more power to them, but that's not what I'm going to include in this project. But this one, man, it just fooled me. So if you've been following us, you know that we switched to the human Zenith, who has 2 songs.
Yes.
So our feature playlist was just 2 songs long. I hope that they are okay in their career. It'll be interesting to see if they ever change their name. I don't know. It's crazy. It's literally the exact same name minus the colon. It's crazy.
I would love to use my Zenith graphic because I cried a little bit. I mean, not really. I didn't really cry. I have 0 creative abilities. I do a lot of the stuff on Canva and a lot of it's like pre-done and I'll just tweak certain things or whatever. But I worked really hard on that list. And then when I saw your message, I was like, oh my gosh.
And then, so what I actually posted on Thursday was just a screenshot of the 2 songs from the real Zenith.
What could have been, Cassie? What could have been?
Could have been.
I might have been scouted by a graphic design company for my budding talent.
Gosh. Okay, so I want to share just a few comments of some feedback that we got from the community before we give our host takes. So, like I said, all these songs, none of these artists I had ever heard of. But when we started getting comments, several people had mentioned that they had heard of Flare You, AHOF, AHOF, and TUNEXX. I've never heard these groups before, so I don't know how you pronounce them. So that was kind of cool that those groups are already out there getting some love. And I was really excited that some of the girl groups got some love. Girl groups are definitely underrepresented here on our podcast. So some of the songs specifically that were mentioned was One Day by Hippie Princess, Show How by Heart of Woman, as well as I've been calling it Money. I don't know. The title is just $2. Maybe it's dollar. I don't know. And Midway in My Mind by Savvy, which is beautiful. So I like that those got mentioned among people's favorite songs. Leilani, were there any of these artists ones that you had already heard of?
Only casually, I had heard of Keep It Up. It came up
Mm.
on a K-pop mix playlist on Spotify. And then I randomly have a Keep It Up memory. Like, I can't remember. I think one of my friends sent me a video. Yes, that's what it was. Was it? It might have even been you. Maybe
Was
it
it me?
wasn't.
Because I was just going to say, oh, actually, I had heard of them. I forgot.
Go ahead.
A client of mine
Yes.
went to South Korea and saw them at the mall.
Yes. That's the memory I had because you sent me a video and I was like, I had heard of them. That's so funny. I was like, which friend was it? It was somebody.
It was me. Yeah, I forgot about that till just now. I had given her strict instructions to look for BTS on billboards and stuff. She was a month too late. It was like right after the big comeback dropped. But then she went to the mall where all the rookies go, and she just sent me a picture, and she's like, I don't know who they are, but they have some fans who are excited to see them, so I thought you might like this.
Yeah,
And
that's
they
cute.
had their name like on a sign above them. And then you said that you had heard of them. So
that's
I meant
the
to
only
say that.
one.
I didn't write
And
it
it's
in
a
the
catchy
outline.
song. It's on my their song Keep It Up is on my workout playlist that Cassie crafted for me.
Really? I put it on there?
I put it on there.
You put it on there. Oh, yes, now that you have control.
Now that I can edit the playlist, yes.
I made Leilani a workout playlist like 2 years ago, maybe.
And I still use it.
She just requested control a month or so ago.
Because I was like, okay, I need some new vibes here with the music. But yeah, she made me a playlist that is very effective and making planks bearable.
That is wonderful. Okay, what were your 5-ish favorite songs?
Calling All You by AmbiO. Keep It Up by Keep It Up, like I was just saying. Awesome by, okay, we were just talking about this before recording. Is it Naze? Is it Nazi? Is it, I don't know. N-A-Z.
I've been saying Naze, but I don't know. I've never heard anyone talking about them.
I also really like I Did It by AmbiO. I like Highlight by H.O.W. And Never Lose You by A.H.O.W. I thought that was really beautiful.
All those songs are so beautiful, and several were on my short list. So I'm glad that you included them.
Are we talking in detail about what we liked about them here, or
you can say as much as you would like?
Okay.
What would you like to share?
I was just going to say that I like them all. I Did It by AmbiO was very like pump up. I like it. Very good. It will also be going to my workout playlist that Cassie made for me. I Highlight Hurts. Highlight by H.O.W. really gave me Extraordinary Hero vibes. And so that was an instant win. I don't know. I didn't look into them. So if there's any H.O.W. fans out there, I'd love to learn more about them, and I'll definitely dig in there. But I don't know. Are they like K-pop or are they K-rock like Extraordinary Heroes?
They are a band. They play instruments.
So they are K-rock. That's why I was getting that vibe from them. Yeah, but I really liked, I also really liked Never Lose You by A.H.O.W. That was so really beautiful ballad. I really tried to like some of the girl songs. I really did. And I respect the artistry. I respect the production of some of these songs. I couldn't do it.
Was there any that came the closest to being tolerable for you?
They were, I mean, in all fairness, they were more than tolerable. Liked some of them, just not enough to be in my like short list.
Yeah.
But I did like, I don't know if it's hype princess or hippie princess, whatever.
I've been saying hippie princess, but I'm not sure.
But I liked a lot of their songs that I heard on the larger playlist that we were listening to.
Yay.
Again, mad respect. Mad respect. I take nothing away from the girl groups. It's like they used to say back in the day about all the actors in those musicals. Like Ginger Rogers did everything Fred Astaire did, but in heels. Like I totally respect girl groups and all they have to go through. They're just not my vibe.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
What about you, Cassie? What were your favorites?
So I narrowed it down to actually One Day by Hippie Princess. I think is my very, very favorite.
Nice.
I think that one is so catchy. And then one of the other Keep It Up songs, Show Me Something, has been stuck in my head for the last week.
Excellent.
One of my first favorites was Obsessed by what I've been pronouncing as TUNEXX. It might be TUNEXX. I'm not sure. And I wanted to mention too, our podcast friends at Bias Bites have talked about them in an episode. So I'm going to link to that in the show notes with a timestamp. So if you want to learn more about them, you can on their show. And then AmbiO by I Wish. Flip those two.
Yeah. I
Wish.
Did you find a new band?
I Wish by AmbiO. I don't know if it's like, I think it's the name of the album, or maybe it's like where their group name comes from, but it's Boys Be Ambitious, which I think is hilarious. Boys Be Ambitious.
That is hilarious.
I like a funny name. And then Booster by Drop. I think that is so catchy. The reason why I started with Singles Monday is because there are a lot of groups that, according to the list I found, have officially debuted, but they only have one or two songs out there. So that's why I did Singles Monday. And I think Drop is one of those that only has maybe two. So I think they're an underdog. I really like supporting the underdogs. And then honorable mention, that was 5. Woohoo by Flare You. I was listening to that on the way over here to get pumped up. That one's super fun. Now, we thanked at the top of the episode some of our most, what's the word I'm looking for? Enthusiastic participants. We got an email every day from my friend Brandon, who doesn't even listen to K-pop normally. That's what makes this extra special, with his thoughts on every single song. I'm going to share his thoughts on my top 5 because he had some very insightful reviews. So, One Day by Hippie Princess. Brandon says, incredible vocals, made even more meaningful with the powerful message of accomplishing dreams and becoming who you want. I got nostalgic energy provided by the steady beat. That was my favorite song of the mix. This was on Tuesday, Doubles Day. Love that. Show Me Something, Keep It Up. The lyrics of the bridge are super catchy with the different voices. There was good energy. Obsessed by TUNEXX. I love the strings throughout, but especially at the beginning. There's a folky feeling with a catchy beat. I felt more of like an R&B vibe from this song.
Interesting.
Okay. I Wish by AmbiO. Moving through heartbreak can be difficult. The slower tempo and beat invite listeners to grieve along. Heartfelt lyrics. I do love a song that invites me to grieve along with it. Sometimes, when you're in a certain mood,
Yes.
like a certain song can just really support that. And then Booster by Drop. I love this intro. Something with the sounds of walking with the beat gets me going. The seemingly random ow throughout are fun too. I appreciate the upbeat rhythm and message. On repeat, second favorite from this playlist because of the overall energy. And that was from Monday Singles Day.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Brandon, for all of your insights. That was really fun to get every day. So, Leilani, what were your, looking at more collectively of the songs together, what were your top artists?
I was leaning towards AmbiO. I know you and I had talked about it. There were a lot of songs. So they are in my top two, but I would say AMP took it away because I think some of their songs for me hit harder. Mm-hmm. And I guess I think it depends. Like you were just talking about, it depends on where you are in life or even in the day sometimes when you write this down. Because sometimes when you're feeling a certain way, you may connect with other songs and different vibes. So what you just said made me really think about that, about wanting to grieve along with the song. So maybe if I was in a different place, I might have said a different group. But I would say AMP was my favorite group, followed by AmbiO. I really liked the versatility that AMP brought to their from the few songs that they have. And they just look like fun boys. Like this just look like good kids that want to have fun. I love the picture if you listen to them on Spotify, there's a picture of them and they're all just like playing around in like these little white t-shirts, just like hanging out like teenagers, riding bikes, electric scooters. And you're just like, aw, you stay safe, boys, and make your music. So those were my favorite. What were your favorites?
Love it. We have very similar taste. I chose AmbiO as my top. The vibe I get from them is like winter meets. I didn't write this down. They remind me. Oh, Astro. Astro, that's what it is. Winter meets Astro.
Nice.
With some extra island sound mixed in. It's really good summer music. Very happy. I love them. And then I just put a few runners up. And AMX was AMP was up there for me too. That was definitely a contender. But I put Heart of Woman, H.O.W, Chaser, and Flare You as my other contenders. And so hopefully we will make this a tradition, and we are going to each pick a couple of groups to keep tabs on and report next year if they're still going.
Fingers crossed.
How they're doing. So Leilani, who are you going to report back about next year?
Good thing you're sitting down.
What?
Hype or Hippie Princess?
Oh, I know. I'm looking at that. I'm so excited.
Only because I was intrigued by their artistry, the rap, whoever in the group does the rapping, I thought was really did that well. And AMP, but now also we have to follow, I forgot their name already. This is horrible. Zenith. The we have Zenith? To follow the real Zenith, okay. The people Zenith. So I can use my darn graphic that I worked on. But those are my groups.
Oh, because once they have 8 songs, you have like the picture and stuff. Yes. You just got to delete the song names and put the correct ones.
And then I'll just pop it out on a random Monday or Tuesday something next year. But like, darn it, here we go.
It'll have to be a Thursday, feature Thursday.
Yes.
Okay, so AmbiO, I'll definitely be following them. H.O.W, because they were my favorite. I'm excited that you chose Hippie Princess. We will definitely, if anybody already knows them, please tell us how to pronounce it.
Yes,
because they have my one favorite song, overall with the girl groups, I was the most excited about H.O.W. And then another group that only has, I think, literally 2 songs. And the song that I chose was Hope We Got This, which it didn't make it into my top 5, but I do love it. I think the group is pronounced STRITZ. That's how I've been saying it. This has a really cool story. They are not from an established K-pop company, not even like an underdog, like little company. They're a bunch of college kids. Like the manager is some guy in his dorm that's like, let's put together an idol group. And I haven't done a lot of research on it yet, but if I'm understanding correctly, they're just, I mean, they haven't had any formal idol training. They've, maybe done like gone to arts high school or done music on their own or something. But so I'm just really excited to see their story progress, and hopefully they'll get some traction, and that would be really, I mean, what an amazing underdog story if they get some visibility and they can make
especially
it
in an industry like that, like where it's so competitive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I thought that was super, super cool, and definitely want to keep tabs on them and support them. Should we do the drawing, or do you have anything else?
I do have a completely off kilter story. It's kind of rookie-ish.
Okay.
And I was going to save this for a one-on-one conversation, but I will share it here.
Yeah,
so
let the world enjoy.
Yes. So last night, I think it was last night, I was listening to Spotify on my television, and you know how now they have like the music videos. If there's a music video for a song, they'll play that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was listening to the best debut song of all time, "Crown" by TXT.
Oh, she's mistaken. We'll fact check that later.
I'm sure this has to happen for all groups when they first debut. But imagine, and it kind of ties in with Rookie Week because they were rookies at one point too. But imagine filming that music video. Imagine performing that song on the stages, on the competition shows live, knowing that you are the first group since BTS to come out of Big Hit, and the gigantic shoes that they have to fill. Like, I just was, as I was watching them, and I sent Cassie a video of the video as I was watching it, and looking at their adorable choreography and how young they were. And I was just thinking about what immense pressure they must have been under to do well, given that BTS was their dads, essentially, their big brothers, right? And that they were going to be compared to them whether they wanted to or not. And so it just made me think about this episode coming up, because I thought about all of these rookies as they're coming out, and the nervousness and all the pressure they must be facing, because we know enough about, at least what's been told to us through, news and different social media, how hard it is to be a K-pop trainee and how few actually get to debut. So all of the work that they do just to get a chance to be a trainee, and then all of the work they do being a trainee, and then to whether they get that, it gets to be decided not by them but by all of these other people whether or not they get to debut. And there's still trainees out there that train for 5, 6, 7 years and they never get to debut. So even all that to say, even if some of these groups, by statistical logic, not all of these groups we're talking about are going to make it, are going to continue, but they should all be really proud of themselves because they've done something that is incredibly difficult to do, and takes on a lot of passion and takes a lot of hard work that we probably, us in our regular day-to-day lives have no real concept of the amount of pressure and hard work that these kids in many cases are under. And I don't know, that was my rambling point that I was thinking about as I was watching the best debut song, Crown by TXT, yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, I think about that when I watch the best debut song replay by Shiny and all debut stages. I get a little bit uncomfortable because it just sounds so scary. I can't imagine. I mean, I'm sure that I think it's normal for performers to get nervous, throughout their careers. I can't imagine how terrifying that debut stage is.
Yes.
And when it's like hyped up so much ahead of time and all the pressure. Yeah.
Yeah. And as
You
much
are
as
right.
I usually am. And as much as they, like, we're all, we're fangirling over that. It's still a business.
Mm-hmm.
And there's still hard decisions made that we have no idea about that affect people that are at a very young, crucial age in their lives. So I just super support these people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I super just, it makes your heart ache just thinking about that these are people that either, for whatever reason, they're really truly passionate about art, or maybe they come from a background that this is their only option to have a real future for themselves and their families. Like, there's a million reasons why people get into this. And I already respect these guys, is my point, all of them, for trying to do something and taking a leap in a very oversaturated market, and trying to be the one out of, I think last I heard there were 400 active K-pop groups, like, actively putting out music. And so imagine being one of those and trying to get your foot in the door. And so it just makes me, not everyone can be Cordis, that has the power of Hive and Big Hit behind them. And we'll talk about Cordis and my feelings about Cordis another time. But these are not people that have all that backing. Probably they're coming from
Mm-hmm.
different companies. And anyway, I'm rambling. My point is, they already did a good job, according to me. They're already debuted.
Yes. I love that. That was beautiful. We are so proud of you all.
We are
We
so
are
proud
so
of you
proud of
all.
you.
If you are hearing us, AmbiO or AMP or whoever on this list, we are already very proud of you, and you're already a winner in our eyes because you pursued your dreams and you made it happen.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now we will choose our winner of our prize. And we are so proud of you all for making it so far onto my little prize wheel. You
We are
worked
proud
so
of
hard.
you.
I'm going to screen record this so we can share it on Instagram. Leilani, thank you for that monologue. That was really, really beautiful. Have you ever heard, let me just say real quick, and then let's not respond to this because we don't want to ramble for too long. But have you ever heard Kim Tae-young talk about when BTS were trainees, like everybody else was super motivated because they were like hungry for debut, but his dream was always to be a trainee. So he was like, I achieved my dream. I'm good. Have you ever heard that?
Mm-mm.
He said he didn't work as hard as the others. I mean, obviously he worked hard. Like, you have to do what they did. But he's like, I achieved my dream. I wanted to be a trainee. I wasn't hungry for debut like the rest of them.
The bar was low already. And he's the one that never intended, right? Like, maybe because he's the one that went to audition.
Yeah, at least that day he wasn't intending to audition.
Yeah.
Okay, I have spun the wheel. And it has landed on a screen name, Tae V for Youngbok. So I don't know your real name, but I recognize you from your screen name. So we will message you, find out who your faves are, and find out what we need to do to send you a little freebie. Thank you so much for your comments. I believe you love Obsessed by TUNEXX. Maybe you can send us a voice message and tell us how to say this group name. Awesome. All right. I will wrap up with the community corner. Okay. So, again, let's try not to go down a rabbit hole, but in one of our parasocial relationship episodes, Leilani, you talked about stop asking them to speak English in lives. And maybe it's like a month after we published that, our beloved Jungkook gave that like very heartfelt, planned, I don't know, little thing, like ask in English. He had it all planned out. He was reading from his phone and in English. He was so polite. He's like, I love you so much. Please stop asking me to speak English. And he was like, you should learn Korean instead. And so I hate that he was in this situation to have to do that, but I love it when they like call out the bullshit and speak up for themselves. But anyways, I follow a lot of Korean teachers on Instagram, and I thought, you know what, perfect. A lot of them are making content like with that clip or other clips that he's put out. Like, okay, here's your moment. So I wanted to call out one of the Korean teachers that I follow. So the account is Learn Korean with Woojin. We will post the Instagram handle in the show notes. And this is just one of those fun accounts if you like learning foreign languages and you want to understand lives better or variety shows or songs, and you spend time just scrolling on Instagram, you can get those little micro bite-sized Korean lessons. His is a fun account to follow. He has a lot of variety of the way he does the lessons. There's a lot that have categories like time of day in the office, where he'll list like 5 vocab words. He does a lot where he'll take words that have similar sounds and then clarify the difference. And he uses names of idols a lot in these. So that's really fun. And then it gets your attention too, gets you to stop scrolling because it has pictures. And he uses a lot of clips from K-dramas and K-pop interviews. So that is very fun. There was actually one recently of a BTS interview, and it was Jimin complaining that all of their songs have too many high notes. and then V reminding him why they have so many high notes in their songs. It's for Jimin. Because Jimin has a high voice.
Yes.
That's so funny. like it'll show a clip and then break down a few of the words or lines. So
well, that's really fun.
Yeah. You can pick up a few words here and there. So check out Learn Korean with Woojin.
Please make note for our couples counseling, Cassie, that I did not go on a tangent about this. So you should be very proud of me. I kept my mouth shut about my feelings about people asking the idols to speak English. So I would like credit for just letting you do your thing.
Did I say you went on a tangent?
No, you were saying at the beginning of this that we don't want to go down a rabbit hole, and I love rabbit holes, and I could have very easily interrupted you 5 times to talk about how angry I am about that and why I'm angry, but I didn't. Yes, because I'm growing as a person.
Okay, good job.
Thank you.
Good growth. Very good. And if you want to hear Leilani talk about how angry this makes her, please listen to episode 6 of K-Poppin' Around Town.
It's so much fun.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed the show, it would mean the world to us if you would write a review. I've been told that really helps people find it on wherever you listen, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Dozer, something I've never heard of, but apparently that's a common one. Follow us on Instagram if you're on Instagram, and leave comments and tell us what you like about the show, what you'd like more of, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, thank you.
Bye.